Greetings and gratitude for everyone. Our premise is that a heart-centered collective action raises vibrations, lifts energy, and strengthens immune response when our inner worlds and our outer worlds are aligned. And we bring this unified field into concerted action with others, we can shape reality. A word about meditation. Just find a comfortable place. I think we've all been here before. We'll mute everyone once we start. And you can turn off your video if you like once it starts as well. There's no pressure, no right or wrong way. Mostly it's working with your breath and visualizing the breath cycle and tuning into the guided words. We'll, as usual, set intentions and have a discussion on the topic of the day, which is expectations. And we'll do a chakra balancing, a guided relaxation, the meditation, and a brief discussion after. But first, on May 26th of 2021, this week, the full moon will sweep through the Earth's dark umbral shadow, creating a total eclipse of the moon. This May full moon is 2021's closest and therefore biggest and brightest full moon of the year, a supermoon. And this particular eclipse is special because the totality or total phase is so short-lived, lasting less than 15 minutes.
Wow.
The last total eclipse of the year's closest full moon happened on September 28, 2015. Although the totality in the May 26th eclipse lasts for less than 15 minutes, a partial umbral eclipse precedes and then follows totality by nearly 1.5 hours each time. So from start to finish, the moon takes a little over 3 hours to pass through the Earth's dark shadow. Eclipses are harbingers of change. Is that redundant? They usher in evolution. At a lunar eclipse, the shadow of the Earth falls across the face of the moon, bringing unconscious feelings to the surface, grounding them in reality. Lunar eclipses are culminations of emotional cycles that have run their course, and they encourage us to let go of emotions and attachments that are no longer serving us. The lunar eclipse will be an extremely powerful time for cleansing our emotional waters and setting intention for renewal and rejuvenation in the coming months. Because the energetic cycles of the lunar eclipse tend to extend through the period of the next 3 months after this event. So lean in, let go, be intentional. Speaking of intentions, the purpose and benefit of setting intentions is like putting the coordinates into the GPS. Our group intention is to lean into intention and awareness, to share a safe, loving space, making room for wellness, for healing for ourselves, for our loved ones and friends, and for all of humanity, and directing energy toward an end to the current threats. We vow to stay in a place of love for the next hour. Take a moment and set your own personal intention. All right, expectation. Expectations shape our reality. Our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are all affected by our expectations. This makes them extremely powerful and impactful. However, expectations are a complex phenomenon. There are typically two different views about expectations that you'll hear. Embodied by the quote by Antonio Banderas, expectation is the mother of all frustration. But then there's Sam Walton, who said high expectations are the key to everything. If we look at the good side, if you didn't expect to get in trouble for not showing up to work on time, would you? If the people in your life didn't expect a certain standard of treatment, would you treat them differently? Have you ever been in a what to expect guide on the first day of a new job or an educational course or school? Expectations help us operate efficiently. We can make general assumptions when it comes to behavior, performance, and the situations that we'll find ourselves in. Expectations can help us set goals for higher achievement, to work hard, to do our best, and motivate others to do the same. Expectations prevent us from settling for less. Certain standards of behavior are mandatory and fair to be expected, like being respected and feeling safe in our relationships. Now, on the bad side, people often will tell you, if you don't have expectations, then you can't be let down. That old glass is half empty crew. And yes, There is some merit to that. Unfulfilled expectations can be a major source of disturbance. When you hold expectations, you have a belief about how something is or how it will be. If it fails to live up to your expectations, it's going to hurt in some form or fashion. You'll feel disappointed, frustrated, maybe angry. We may not fully appreciate what we have when we are expecting more, or comparing what we have to what we could have or to what somebody else has. It is important to distinguish between realistic and unrealistic expectations. It has been said that unrealistic expectations are premeditated resentments. What do unrealistic expectations look like? Expecting others to do what is in our best interest, but not theirs. Expecting our partners to live up to what we see in romance movies. Our jobs to be idealized versions we had as children, or even our lives to match up to what we see on social media. According to Forbes magazine, the following are 8 unrealistic expectations that will ruin you. Life should be fair. Opportunities will fall into my lap. Everyone should like me. People should agree with me. Don't you? People should agree with me. Got it. People know what I'm trying to say, even if I say it twice in a row. I'm going to fail. Things will make me happy. Things is the operative word. I can change him or her. The good-bad continuum of expectations pose a paradox, but one that is solvable. If we expect something to happen, then we have to have a good reason for that expectation. Having expectations of things that we can control is beneficial. We should be careful about our expectations of things beyond our control. Some people suffer from a lack of healthy expectations and thus limit their potential, and others set unattainably high expectations for themselves and thus assure their frustration and unhappiness. Often, expectations get in the way of our being present as our mind distorts our current experience through the filter of our needs. In this case, we are confronted with the expectation paradox. Are expectations truly good or bad? The Zen answer to this question is simply yes. The seeming paradox around this term can lead to much confusion. A good starting point is to ask if your expectations, or lack thereof, enhance your life experience. Do they assist you in the unfolding of your life, or do they justify your unhappiness? The paradox of expectations shouldn't be resolved by simply saying that they are good or bad. They are neither, and they are both. They are what we make them and what we make of them. The responsibility lies within us. As the architects of our lives, we need to be the masters of our expectations, rather than be ruled by them. If, after a thorough examination, we conclude that our expectations are authentic and self-generated, and yet we still struggle in their attainment, we have an opportunity to look at why that is so. On the other hand, if these wishes are not of our own making, but merely imposed upon us, we can unshackle ourselves from this burden. Expectations frequently guide behavior and make it easier to predict what will happen next. People can develop expectations about a wide range of things. Examples of expectations include the most basic belief that the sun will rise tomorrow, or the assumption that your boss will give you a raise in 6 months. Expectations are determined by a combination of experience, cognitive processes, communication with others, and cultural norms. For example, if your boss gives you a raise every 6 months and indicates that he or she is pleased with your performance, you're much more likely to believe you'll get a raise than if you've never gotten a raise or have been recently disciplined at work. Logical. Expectations serve as hypotheses about the future and can be false. Life history, mental illness, and other issues can increase the likelihood that a person develops false expectations. False expectations can have a negative impact on a person's well-being. For example, a person with anxiety might develop catastrophic and fear-based expectations that are not based in reality, but that propel them to take drastic measures, such as refusing to leave their home or avoiding contact with other people. A term related to expectation in the health and wellness context is expectancy. Expectancy plays a tremendous role in your day-to-day health, but it is especially powerful when you are sick and are in a diseased state. It has been scientifically proven that focusing your attention on illness will make you sick. A 1966 study in the Journal of Medical Education titled Medical Students' Disease Hypochondriasis in Medical Education found that 79% of students reported developing the symptoms that they were studying. This phenomenon has been referred to as the nocebo effect, where the placebo effect reinforces the power of nurturing, hope, positive thinking, and expectation. The nocebo effect points to the power of negative thinking and how it can cause one to experience physical symptoms in the wake of that negative thinking. In either case, we see the power of expectation, state of mind, and the foundation for the mind-body connection. Expectations provide people with important guidance about how to behave. After all, if you believe the sun will not come up tomorrow, you have little reason to get your work done or to go to bed on time. Thus, an ongoing problem of false expectations can alter behavior and interfere with social life. While false expectations are not in themselves a mental health problem, the inability to accurately form hypotheses about the future can be caused by a variety of issues ranging from depression to schizophrenia. Expectations can also influence future outcomes. For example, a person who believes his or her next relationship will be abusive might be less likely to actively seek out a healthy relationship. A person who has a false belief that he or she will get a promotion at work might not work as hard or accurately assess his or her job performance. Here's a few tips for navigating expectations. When you go into a situation, ask yourself what you expect to happen. Ask yourself if your expectations should be this way. Where did these expectations come from, and are they realistic? Be adaptive. Dalai Lama said, attachment is the origin, the root of suffering, hence it's the cause of suffering. Practice emotional detachment from your expectations. Remember, perfection does not exist. Develop the habit of not taking things personally and realize that each of us behaves in accordance with our unique set of standards and beliefs. When you understand this, you can move toward acceptance of both others and your own imperfect nature. Life is going to surprise us with curveballs. The past is the best predictor of the future, but this doesn't mean history will always repeat itself. If you want things to be different, focus on things you can change, things that are in your control. Be gentler when expectations aren't met. Learn from the failures. Make a plan for getting what you want next time. Never assume. It's hard for someone to live up to your expectations when they don't know what they are, so communicate. Unspoken expectations are almost guaranteed to go unfulfilled. Talking openly about what you expect from other people might improve your chances of fulfillment. Imagine that. At the same time, it is unrealistic to think that merely communicating your expectations clearly is going to get people to behave the way you want them to. There's water, there's the horse. I don't know, will he drink? Find something to be grateful about, even when things do not turn out the way you hoped, and you will experience serenity rather than resentment. Choose to expect the best outcome, and you're much more likely to get it. Expecting the best puts you into a powerful frame of mind, and when backed with preparation and action, orients you toward success. So, as you can see, expectations and how we handle them play an important role in our lives. Some might even say they can make you or break you. They are that important. But there's another school of thought oriented around the notion of expectation, and that is the law of attraction. Simply put, the law of attraction is the ability to attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. It's believed that regardless of age, nationality, or religious belief, we're all susceptible to the laws which govern the universe, including the law of attraction. It is the law of attraction that uses the power of the mind to translate whatever is in our thoughts and materialize them into reality. In basic terms, according to proponents of LOA as it's known, all thoughts turn into things eventually. If you can focus on negative doom and gloom, you'll remain under that cloud. If you focus on positive thoughts and have goals that you aim to achieve, you will find a way to achieve them with massive action. The law of attraction is one of life's biggest mysteries. Very few people are fully aware of how much of an impact the law of attraction has on their day-to-day life. Bob Proctor is fond of saying, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Whether we're doing it knowingly or unknowingly, every second of our existence, we're acting as human magnets, sending out our thoughts and emotions and attracting back more of what we have put out. Unfortunately, so many of us are still blind to the potential that is locked deep within us. Consequently, it's all too easy to leave your thoughts and emotions unchecked. This sends out the wrong thoughts and attracts more unwanted emotions and events into your life. With that said, discovering that the law of attraction is at work within your life should be a great cause for celebration. When you have learned how to effectively apply LOA to your everyday life, your entire future is yours to create. The work of quantum physicists during recent years has helped to shine greater light on the incredible impact that the power of the mind has on our lives and the universe in general. We've spoken before about the observer effect and how experiments have shown that we can influence subatomic matter. The more that this idea is explored by scientists, the greater an understanding we have of just how significant a role the mind plays in shaping our lives and the world around us. It's the very reason we meet every week and meditate together. As physicists come to supply us with more and more information regarding the law, the more we realize that we are the creators and controllers of our life and the energy we are all made of. Problem is, it's a heck of a responsibility, and so many of us want to externalize our troubles. But the exercise of understanding the expectations paradox is helpful as a foundation for understanding the true power of law of attraction. Be happy. The universe is always on your side. Shifting from the third dimensional analysis of the virtue of expectations to learning how to use the law of attraction effectively will lead to a true appreciation of how fulfilling and rewarding your life can be. There are no accidents and there are no restrictions. Open your mind and enjoy the natural abundance of the universe. I expect no less from each of you. There's my expectation pun for the day. All right. Chakras are wheels of energy throughout the body. There are 7 main chakras which align the spine, starting from the base of the spine through to the crown of the head. To visualize a chakra in the body, imagine a swirling wheel of energy where matter and consciousness meet. This invisible healing energy called prana, just like qi in traditional Chinese medicine, is a vital life force which keeps us vibrant, healthy, and alive. When our chakras are open and well balanced, we feel healthy, fresh, and capable. Awareness to which of our chakras are out of balance is key to aligning them. Our bodies are in constant flux between balance and imbalance. As we practice tuning in to and balancing our chakras, we can become more aware of imbalance and focus our attention appropriately. So close your eyes for now or cap them halfway with a soft, unfocused gaze. Bring your awareness to the breath. Notice the rise and fall of the chest, the natural rhythm of breathing. Sit with the breath for a few moments. If you find your thoughts wandering, gently come back to this meditation. Thoughts are okay. Let them come. Welcome them. Gently let them go by coming back to the meditation, and be kind to yourself. Now take 2 or 3 deep yawns. You can fake yawn until one comes on. Bring your attention back to the breath. Notice the natural rhythm of your breathing. Breathe in deeply. First into your diaphragm, and then into your chest. Inhale as much as you can. Slowly begin to release the air, starting with your chest and your belly. Do this for 2 more breaths. Bring your attention to the root of your being, the base of the spine. A tiny ball of red energy spins there. Bring your attention to the Sacral Chakra, 2 fingers below the navel. Its energy is orange. The solar plexus chakra is above that. It's a tiny ball of yellow energy, 2 fingers above the navel. At the center of your chest is the heart chakra. It's a tiny ball of green energy. These red, orange, yellow, and green balls of energy spin and grow. As they get bigger, their energy moves up toward the throat. Located at the base of the throat is the throat chakra. It's a tiny sky blue light spinning. With each breath, grow this blue light. Expand it first to your neck, then expand again to the mouth, then the ears, then your entire head. Take another breath and continue to expand this light. Expand it until it is all around you, and you're in a bubble of blue light. Hold that blue light all around you for 3 breaths. Focus this beautiful blue light back on the coat the throat with this blissful light, both inside and out. Illuminate the voice box, the thyroid, and all around the neck. Send this light to the mouth to coat your teeth, tongue, and lips. This light expands to your ears, awakening your ability to listen. This light heals all these areas as it moves over them. Blue filaments of light glide over and all around the throat, strengthening the voice. As you breathe, bring the air into your belly as you get ready to chant. Keep your breathing normal. In a moment, I'll guide you through a few slower breaths before beginning to chant the word hum. You can chant silently, whisper, or say the word aloud. Hum resonates with the throat chakra, awakening and strengthening it. As you breathe, bring the air into your belly. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Hum. Inhale to chant. Hum. Inhale to chant. Hum. 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 Let your breathing return to normal. The blue light still surrounds you. Your voice and all the areas in the throat chakra absorb this light and awaken. Say to yourself or aloud, if you like, I embrace my voice in order to manifest my full power. Take a deep breath, stretch for a moment, and express gratitude. Resting comfortably now, feeling safe, calm, and at ease. I want you to give yourself permission to take this time just for you. I want you to relax, and just for a little while at least, I want you to let go. Let go of all the thoughts of responsibility that would normally preoccupy your mind. Resting totally assured that if anything were to require your immediate attention, you would instantly be capable of attending to it. But for now, there's nothing of importance, nothing at all, to stop you from taking this time to just relax. To relax and enjoy the feeling of returning returning to your natural state, of simply just being right here, right now. There is no but space but here. There is no time but now. I want you to imagine hiking through the high desert. Pine trees and oak trees dispersed among the yucca and other cactuses. See the deep blue sky, the white puffy clouds drifting across the sky. Notice the shapes and sizes. Sometimes forming shapes that you recognize, sometimes not. Feel a gentle breeze across your face. Something changes. As you scan the sky, see dark storm clouds build on the horizon. They're moving quickly. As the bank of storm clouds approach, you turn your attention and see the lizards and birds and other critters scrambling. As the cloud bank approaches, you feel the first few large drops of summer rain. There's no mistaking the smell of summer rain, as Mother Nature brings cleansing to the heated landscape. Thirsty plants drink. Furry friends get a bath. Puddles form. And just as quickly as it started, the rain and the cloud bank recede. Your heart expands, and your connection to Mother Earth is refreshed. I want you to imagine now floating on a soft, fluffy cloud, sinking down, deeper down. We'll count down now. And as we count down, your body will sink further and further into the cloud, allowing yourself to feel more and more relaxed. 10, sinking deeper and deeper into the cloud. Just allow yourself to let go. 9, deeper and deeper. You feel sleepy and relaxed. 8, deeper and deeper still now, allowing the cloud to cushion your entire body. 7, allowing the cloud to take the entire weight of your body. You're becoming so relaxed. 6, totally supported. You can totally let go, deeper and deeper down into pure relaxation. 5, sinking even deeper. Your body's feeling almost weightless now, sloopier and ever so relaxed. 4, deeper. 3, you've lost all sense of having a body now as you fall deeper and deeper, ever so very much deeper down. 2, only aware of your mind and my voice now as you intertwine and become one with the cloud. Relaxed, more relaxed than you've ever been before. 1, you're at the deepest possible level of pure relaxation. Deeply, deeply relaxed. Now only aware of your thoughts and my voice now. Meet your higher self and prepare for a meditative journey. A journey of transformation. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Tilt your head ever so slightly to elongate your spine and open the energy system that runs through it. Closing your eyes if you haven't already done so, and beginning to deepen your breath and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Use the sound of your breath to ground you in this present moment, this here and now, and notice when you feel yourself getting lighter in your body, and continue breathing. Breathing in relaxation, exhaling any tension or stress. Let go of any thoughts that come. Don't fight them. Just notice them and use an exhalation to let them go. And then bring your attention back to your breath. And back to the sound of my voice to ground you here and now. Inhale deeply through your nose and hold for a mental count of 3. And as you exhale, let go of any tension or holding in the body. Just take a moment and allow ourselves to fully be just here, present, now. As a way of grounding our energy, opening our hearts, relaxing our minds, let's engage in a meditative inquiry. One where you just follow the sound and energy coming through my voice as it guides you into a deeper state of heartfelt surrender. As part of this inquiry, let's engage in a sacred contemplation and exploration of what if. We'll explore what if together. What if we consistently framed expectations in the best, highest good for ourselves and others? What if we could find higher levels of balance, accomplishment, love, compassion, and strength by learning to correctly frame our expectations? What if we transcended expectation and attracted what we want by focusing on already having it and being in the energy of allow and accept? Breathe in the understanding that if we are not intentional about our expectations, they can become a trap, a self-fulfilling prophecy of frustration and disappointment. Understand that the person controlling whether expectations will inspire you to accomplishment or leave you dashed upon the rocks of anger, frustration, and disappointment is you. We are the masters of navigating the paradox of expectation. We are capable of mindfully determining whether expectations will assist in the unfolding of our life or conversely justifying our unhappiness. Remember, the choice is ours, but we must be mindful of this choice and be vigilant in the pursuit of expectations that take us in the direction of improvement and attainment. Embrace the fact that expectations help us operate efficiently. They allow us to make general assumptions when it comes to behavior, performance, and the situations we will find ourselves in. Expectations can help us to set goals for higher achievement, to work hard, do our best, and motivate others to do the same. Accept that expectations prevent us from settling for less. What if instead of struggling with the paradox of expectation, we instead immersed ourselves in the energy of having everything we want? What if we realized that we are the creators and controllers of our life and the energy we are all made of? Recognize that expectations are neither good nor bad, or that they are both. Expectations are what we make them and what we make of them. Know that the responsibility lies within us as the architects of our lives. We need to be the masters of our expectations rather than being ruled by them. Accept that if after a thorough examination, we conclude that our expectations are authentic and self-generated, and yet we still struggle in their attainment, it creates an opportunity to look at why that is, and in so doing, avoid frustration and disappointment. It also allows us to understand if these wishes are not our own making, but imposed upon us, we can unshackle ourselves from this burden. It is in reflection that the objectivity of our expectations emerge. Realize that the ultimate form of expectation is the law of attraction. And in this universal law, what we want can be ours if we stay in the energy of already having it. Except that is the exercise of understanding the expectations paradox is helpful, if for no other reason than as a foundation for understanding the true power of the law of attraction. Ask yourself, what is it that you want? Accepting that you are a powerful creator and manifester, requires you to be intentional about your thoughts and to be clear about what you want. It is part of the framework for co-creation. You cannot argue with the product of your thoughts, or know that if you do, you will suffer. Turn now to the notion that you should be happy, for the universe is always on your side. Shifting from the third dimensional analysis of the virtue of expectations to learning how to use the law of attraction effectively will lead to a true appreciation of how fulfilling and rewarding your life can be. There are no restrictions. You are limitless. You need only open your mind and enjoy the natural abundance of the universe. We must embrace our responsibility for the outcome of our thoughts and resist allowing external forces to alter our expectations or to limit them. Know that to think is to create, and to create is to live. Stay with that awareness. Breathe in manifesting thoughts. Exhale creation. When the feeling fades or your attention starts to wander, turn to thinking about keeping love in your heart space. The nature of a fulfilled life, nurtured by your soul self, begins with keeping love in your heart space. Fix in your mind that you will keep love in your heart space and watch fear fall away. And as it does, your expectations and your manifesting thoughts will blossom into a never before known attainment of your wildest dreams. Remember the power of expectation and the law of attraction. And always tune into that source of strength. Your mindful expectations will lead you into opportunities for your best life. Dedicate the positive energy from doing this meditation so that you and all others in this group will find perfect, authentic, self-generated expectations through optimism and pursuit of the law of attraction, and in so doing, move into a life well lived. Connect presently with each of the others in this meditation on an energetic level now. Form an energetic circle of strength through authentic expectation. With each of us, point on that circle. Send love to each now. Send that loving sensation out to a larger and larger circles of others, forming a unified connection with your fellow humans and the universe. Now that you've come through this beautiful meditation, notice how you feel in your body, how optimistic you feel, how authentic you feel. Take a moment to take 3 slow, deep breaths and feel how wonderful it is to live a life filled with authentic expectation and co-creation. We're honored for your journey into this place of understanding and growth with us tonight. Remember the power of expectation and always tune into that source of strength. Authentic, mindful expectation will lead you into endless possibility. Now just breathe and be present with yourself for a moment. And then come back to the group when you're ready.
Okay, everyone. Try to come back slowly. Okay. All right. How's you guys feeling? Anybody want to share your experience a little bit? It's all in a very relaxation mode. Nobody probably want to talk right now. So relaxed. I was so relaxed tonight.
One of my, she still keeps thinking that I will. When she was growing up, she always wanted me to be June Cleaver, Leave It to Beaver's mom. So she wanted me to be. She also wanted me to work. It was okay to work, but she wanted me to be home with the apron and cooking.